Jenna Templeton here. Thank you for joining me for this video. Welcome. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. It is a cozy, sunny autumn day here where I am located in Australia. So I have my bullet journal here, and every month I dedicate the monthly title page to a specific theme, normally in relation to maybe the month, something that I'm really engrossed and obsessed with. I go through my stationery collection, or I gather like my favorite things, and I think, oh, I could do a particular theme with these items if they kind of work together. So I've got around me lots of, as you can see, flower fairy themed stationaries. There's some thrifted items, there's some pen pal PO box gifts. So I was having a really cozy day. I was going to put on like a movie and do some journaling in my bullet journal for my monthly spread for June. And then I kind of thought, oh, I should get my camera out, and because I just feel like chatting with you all. I haven't done a journal video in some time, and I kind of really wanted to share something that I really adore and love. It's a bit of nostalgia, it's a bit of found items, it's a bit of thrifted items, and also lots of stationery that I love and lots of beautiful gifted things. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have that I've been using that I'll be using for this journal spread. Just probably take you through and show you how I put my bullet journal spread together. So you don't ever have a particular idea of mind of how the page is going to look. I basically gather my collection of items. I go through like my stationery stash and my things that I found at the thrift store. I haven't gone out and bought all this stuff to do this. This is just things that I had on hand already, and they're beautiful, and I could hold them, but I really want to use them. So that's why I thought this particular spread will be something nice that I could look back on my bullet journal and use some of my favorite items here. So I had some really amazing feedback from my thrift pen pal DIY haul ideas video. So thank you so much for all those kind letters that you've sent me, emails. Tagging me on Instagram is fabulous. It's great to see you guys being inspired, and you're tagging me on Instagram at Jenna Templeton. Yeah, keep tagging me. I love to see your creations. One of the things featured was this fairy book. So it's called Flower Fairies: The Secret World, and I found it while thrift shopping, if you check out my thrift shop video. And since I have been seeing, so I did that video 3 months ago, and since I've actually been seeing a lot of people, creating with the particular book, since I did that little video, so it was really nice to see you guys have been also pen paling and journaling with the fairy book. And as you can see, I've been using it as well. I was trying to be real savvy about cutting it up, and so you can see where I've cut out this bit here, and then I haven't gone over and really cut too much into the second page, but very well loved this book. I'm gonna try hunt down another copy if I'm very lucky while thrift shopping, but I absolutely adore this. So this was the fairy book, and I'll be using it for this page. And it is autumn here in Australia, but I still have some flowers blooming in the garden. I do have a lot of lovely plants and flowers in autumn that I really put on a show. I've got some maple trees. Again, there's carnations here, and I actually have the exact, like, they're not that pink, but I have these carnations from my garden. So I thought that was really nice because it's June and they're flowering, and these actually flower a lot through the year, so they're wonderful. And I have this other Aussie native flowering plant, and I've just pulled out some scrap bits of paper. I use these a lot when, you've probably seen I use it a lot when I'm doing my mail addressing on my envelopes for my mail art, but I rip them up. So I rip up all the bits of paper and I use them just to create a bit of color on the page. I like that kind of ripped edge look, and I use them as holding places that maybe you want to put like the month on there. So I'll probably write June on there. So I do that. That's why I use a lot of the scrap bits of paper. I have found this beautiful illustration. How stunning is this? I found this in a magazine, and I had this beautiful one too. I just love the florals. So I kind of just started picking stuff, yeah, that I already had, and just going through my collection and kind of, I guess, pulling out the colors that would work. But there isn't much thought that goes into it, and I just want to say you don't need all these things to make a nice spread, but I just wanted to share with some of the things that I've collected over time that I can use. I also do a lot of my own pressed flowers. So I dry the flowers. These are actually oak leaf hydrangeas, and what I did was I just pressed them between some heavy books. I don't have any fancy flower press. So I used some baking paper, and I put the fresh flowers in here, and then I have a stack of heavy books. Hardcover books are great, and I just sat them there amongst my pile of books that I have on my bookshelf, and then they're beautifully pressed and they're ready to put in your journal. I also want to show you some footage of a fairy themed snail mail that I recently did, also using this Flower Fairies book. So I'll just show you the footage for this. So I put together a kind of bit of botanical fairy themed pen pal letter. And yeah, I used a lot of similar items that I'll probably be using here in this spread as well. What started the interest of fairies, which started at a very young age. So yeah, I grew up in the mid 80s and 90s as a child, and what really enchanted me was this movie called A Fairy Tale, A True Story. I don't know if anyone remembers this. 1997, the movie came out, and it actually tells the true story of, I'll read the back of it. In 1917, two English girls photographed fairies in the garden. Certified as authentic images with no trace of trickery, Harry Houdini and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle joined in the search for the truth. Could it be that fairies exist, or is this the most popular myth of the 20th century? So it is based on a true story. And on that note, I was so excited that I found this book I borrowed from the library just the other day, and I started reading it because I always loved this movie. So this book is a bit of a retelling of the true story, and a bit of like a modern like fiction retelling as well. I've just always been really fascinated about this story. Basically the photo that started it all was this particular photo that was taken. I think the inner child in me likes to believe that this could be possible, this photo could be real, even though they did go on, I think one of the girls did go on to say that they ended up doing using cardboard cutout mobiles in the end, and using hat pins, and then doing the photograph in the garden. But I think anyone would like to believe that maybe fairies do exist. It's just, yeah, I just love it. I love nature. I like to imagine that there could be little fairies out in the garden. I also want to just quickly mention, I absolutely adore, I know, I love Studio Ghibli animation movies. And I know like Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service is quite popular. I do love those films, but I really have to put it out there and say that I absolutely adore this movie, Variety. I watch it every few months. It's the music is beautiful, the scenery. I think because I love those kind of old world fairy stories and yeah, myths and legends, and this is like a retelling of The Borrowers, and I absolutely adore this film. So I just wanted to mention this DVD too. Please let me know if this is like someone's. I have to say this is pretty high up on my favorite Studio Ghibli films, and I know it's probably the most underrated. Like, I just absolutely adore it. So please let me know if anyone actually really likes this, because I've asked so many people their favorite Studio Ghibli films, and this is like never really mentioned, but I just I just wanted, since I was doing this theme, I just wanted to have the opportunity to share that I absolutely adore this film, and this, the countryside, the flowers and nature. It's just one of those movies you can watch over and over again. So I also have some of these beautiful stamps that were sampled to me from my lovely pen pal and best friend Nicole. So she sent me the washi tape here. It's actually from the brand Crimson. I don't know if anyone's heard of that brand, but they do these adorable, I love the kind of retro storybookness of these stamps, and we often share our stamps this way. If you want an idea of how to share your stamps with your pen pals, just stamp them on some scrap bits of paper, and they really make a wonderful decorative treat for when you're journaling. And I do this a lot for my pen pals. I'll stamp my little stamp collections for them so they can have a little sample of them. I do actually do it on mine on sticker paper, so then they can just cut it out, but this beautiful Japanese paper is just really divine. I also have some more gifts from my lovely pen pal, these beautiful fairy transfers. So I could easily hold these. How nice are they? Like, they're just so beautiful. But I'm going to use some of them for this spread. So I will definitely use this willow one because it's autumn, so I think I'll use that, and that kind of reminds me of the willow doll, like willow fairy house that they made in that DVD movie. I also have like some little sticker flakes as well, like just lots of things like mushrooms. If you checked out my mail art, autumn mail art video, you'll see I think I used some similar style sticker flakes, so you can check that out. I don't know if I'm going to use all these things, but I've just got them nearby. I have also some lovely fairy themed sticker sheets. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And some butterflies. I really love I just really love how these ones are kind of designed, these floral ones, and the colors. They're just a little bit, they're not really bright and overbearing. It looks like something from a book. And then I have some more, and then I really love these flower fairy ones. So I wanted to share with you a recent thrifty find. I was so excited to find this. It's called Betty Bibb's Fairy Field Guide, and it's just so stunning. I'm not gonna use this, I'm not brave enough, I should say, to cut this up yet, but I just wanted to show you the inside of it because it's just stunning, and I'm doing this fairy theme. But yeah, like, just look at this book. I love just all the little details. It looks very handmade, collage, illustrated. Look how divine this is. Oh my god, just the beautiful artwork. Such a nice book, and it's just a stunning book. And look at the dog. Yeah, I can't bring myself to cut it up, but I think I might scan a few pages and maybe put them in my journal. And there's little like projects, like little fairy projects. And just little details. I just love all like the illustration, and they're like handmade as well. Look at them fixing the sock, mending the sock. Fairy cakes, like little recipes. I remember having fairy cakes, lots of kids' party tables at school. They were like the main event on an Aussie kids' party table, along with fairy bread. These is fairy cakes, if they are the same. And just all like the beautiful nature type style fairies. Look at this one, they've done like with flowers, like pressed flowers. just really love the illustrations too. They're really kind of whimsical and quirky, like really quirky. And then you've got your seasonal fairies. And this was like my favorite. It's like little miniature mail. Just all the little details. Oh, stationary fairies. Oh my god. It actually says stationary fairies. Oh! Loved this page too. I just love the collaging, the collage illustrated style. And how this is all like kind of thrifted items. I hope you enjoyed a little flip through of this book. It's just beautiful. So yeah, that's one of my latest thrifty finds. And yeah, I will do another thrift video if you're happy for me to share you maybe like a little haul and also some ideas on what you can do with your thrifted items as well. So I found this botanical book also from, actually this was from a school fete. So I go to the school fetes too to find lots of my books, especially botanical books. And these books are perfect, as you can see, for journaling and sending to pen pals. Okay, so that's all the goodies, and now I'm going to get to, I'll probably put this video on a time lapse. I'm going to use everything that I have here, or some of the items I have here. I also have some extra like washi samples that I had my lovely BF, my lovely friend Nicole sent me. So I'm going to go through those. I might use some of those as well. I already used some of the washi, so you'll probably see them. Oh, I had this postcard too. So yeah, so feel free to grab a cup of tea and sit down and journal with me if you're journaling too. And I'll probably put this on a little time lapse to speed it up as I've talked a bit today. And you can see me creating this monthly bullet journal spread for June. And thanks again for watching over my videos, guys. Feel free to say hey in the comments. I'm also on Instagram at Jenna Templeton. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and journal with me. And I hope you had a little bit of sense of nostalgia for those who maybe grew up around the same time in regards to the fairy tale movie. And thank you again. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, if you'd like to see more. And I really do love hearing from you guys in the comments. So feel free to leave a comment or just even to say hello. Or feel free to share some of your own little fairy memories that you might have had as a child. Thanks guys. See you very soon. Bye for now. Bye.